Are you aware that money responds like a well-trained animal and only obeys those who can invoke it with the proper vibration? When you learn to command it, it doesn't just arrive, but expands in surprising ways. There are hidden energies that decide how much money enters your life and how much departs. And even working hard, you may experience something obstructing this energy. In 1925, Florence Scovel Shinn, a pioneering expert of spiritual science, revealed something revolutionary. Money doesn't respond to need, but to authority. During the Great Depression, she taught ordinary women to command their money, and many increased their income in the midst of the worst economic crisis in history. The first principle is a declaration of divine multiplication. Florence taught that money is a form of intelligent force that moves according to specific laws. Money reacts to the vibration of authority far more than to that of need. When you engage with money as one who begs, you push away it. When you come to it as one who commands, you draw it. Money works like a well-trained soldier. If the commander falters, the soldier doesn't act. But when the order is precise and resolute, money responds. In New York, Florence taught her students to command more. Each morning, positioned in front of the mirror, they would stand tall, take deep breaths, and declare, "Divine money, I command you to expand in my life now. You come to me from all possible directions because I am a flawless conduit of infinite abundance." The key was in the power within the command, which needed to sound like an irrevocable decree. Another important aspect is restoring the relationship with money. Florence said that money has emotional memory and that our energy toward it leaves marks that establish whether it approaches or distances itself. If for years you've spoken of money through fear, resentment, or guilt, it's as if you've driven away an expected guest. Most people have been calling money with the voice of scarcity and shame. Before directing your money, Florence taught making peace with it. In silence, her students would say, "Dear money, forgive me for having seen you as my enemy. Today I recognize that you are divine energy seeking to express itself through me. I honor you, value you, and welcome you into my life." This exercise was profound vibrational reset that totally shifted a person's vibration. Moving forward in this direction, Florence developed the divine transformation of poverty beliefs. Beliefs about money are like hidden foundations that determine how much your prosperity can grow. You can toil diligently, but if the roots are diseased, the tree will never bear abundant fruit. No one is born with lack mentality. We inherit them from family conversations and childhood stories. Phrases like "money is dirty" or "to earn money you must suffer" install themselves in the mind as internal laws. The process began with silence, where Florence asked them to examine, "What belief about money have I inherited and still carry?" Once identified, they would say, "This belief is not mine. I return it. My mind turns clean and open to receive the divine truth about abundance." Then they would establish new beliefs such as, "I am an heir to infinite abundance," or "money flows to me effortlessly." Added to this, Florence taught the difference between desiring and demanding. Desire is born from lack. It's viewing what you want while feeling it's far away. Demand emerges from a knowledge that something already is yours by divine right. To desire is to say, "I don't have," generating more experiences of not having. To demand is to announce, "It's mine and I receive it now," triggering invisible forces. In this context, another principle is to create instead of competing. Florence repeated, "Never fight over money, create it." Competing implies scarcity. Creating indicates infinite abundance, knowing that you can create new opportunities. When you compete, you concentrate on what others have. When you create, you connect with the infinite source, with unique original ideas. Each person has a particular talent for generating wealth that, when expressed, not only produces income, but blesses others. In the same way, Florence taught the decree of absolute authority. It was an act of absolute control over one's own financial kingdom. The decree was, By my divine authority as an offspring of the Creator of all abundance, I decree that my financial reality shifts now. I command that all invisible forces function to multiply my money perpetually. The key lies in understanding that the power to transform is already within you, and upon declaring it, the universe moves to obey. Moreover, Florence taught the spiritual plan of your abundance. The universe needs specific guidance. It was about detailing how much, how, when, and for what you would receive. Her students committed a daily moment to answer. How much money do I want? From what sources? How do I want to feel when receiving it? The more details, the easier for the universe to materialize. The design must be crafted from a consciousness of shared abundance. Bearing this in mind, the last step is to sustain prosperous consciousness. Igniting abundance is the first part. Mastery lies in maintaining it. Maintaining requires constant focus, upholding the internal state that summons it. This state is built from gratitude, certainty, and openness to receive. A key principle was to begin each day with anticipatory gratitude, not only for what you already have, but for the abundance coming. When you give thanks in advance, you give a universe a signal that you've already received. Another practice was to mentally honor all money seen circulating, stopping envy from polluting your vibration. It's worth noting that abundant sharing was essential. It was about contributing to causes that expanded abundance in the world. Giving with joy was like planting in fertile ground. What you give flows back multiplied. The key element is to feel that you participate in the universal flow. What you retain out of fear stagnates. What you give with love multiplies. Another key was to protect your mind, steering clear of environments loaded with scarcity, because your consciousness is the magnet of your experience. Florence concluded with a powerful reminder. You are not a victim of economic circumstances. You are the designer of your financial reality. Money is your partner and friend. Now reaffirm your commitment by saying, I decree that my prosperity grows perpetually in perfect harmony. I give with joy, receive with gratitude, and keep open the infinite flow of my wealth. If these words connected, write in the comments, I decree, to seal your commitment. Share this video with someone who needs to remember they are the creator of their reality. Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, because I will unveil more principles that can multiply your prosperity. Abundance doesn't come to those who hesitate, but to those who command.